you wanna run away? Why you gotta be afraid? I wish I could make you stay, 'cause baby I love you. Why you tryna break up?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to an extreme pantry organization and room tour. This has been long awaited. It's taken me a while to get all the jars, labels, and get the room exactly how we wanted it, but I'm so pleased with how it's turned out. So today I'm going to show you how we organized it and give you a really good tour at the end of the video as well. If you haven't seen our renovation updates or you're new to my channel, then we actually started renovating our home 1 year ago, and this space at the back of the house was originally a big old conservatory. It was kind of falling over, so we decided to actually knock it down and build a proper extension. And there was also some really good side access to the left of the house, so we decided to build into that a little bit, making the kitchen even bigger and then allowing us to have this pantry on the kitchen as well. It was something that was on our wish list, something we really wanted to fit in if we could. And then as the plans and renovation got underway, we decided it would be really cool if the pantry could be a hidden pantry. So it's behind what looks like a cupboard door like this, but then you walk in and there is a ton of storage, and there's also a door in there which gives us great, it's kind of like a back door, side door, but it's great because we have a dog and we made a little doggy shower out there as well. So when we come back from a walk, we can wash her, we can bring her in. She's got a whole cupboard in there. We've got towels, washing machine, like we're really set up for the dog. It's really nice that I don't have to take the bins through the middle of the whole house. I can just take them out the side door here, chuck them out, and it's just been so handy. So yeah, really excited to share it with you guys. If you are new to my channel, I would love you to subscribe. We're still doing quite a bit to our home, and there's a whole playlist if you are into renovations as well. I think now we'll just get into the organization. I'll show you the whole process and then a tour at the end as well. Okay, so this is the hidden door into it in our kitchen, but because you can hide things in here, we have been chucking things into this room. Like, it's all done in here, but it just needs to be organized because we've just been chucking things. Like you can see, all of the food is everywhere. There's loads of stuff for Christmas on the side, cleaning products. We have our air fryer, slow cooker in here. This cupboard here is going to be a bit of a dog cupboard. So we've got all of her food and treats and stuff in this one. Got a washing machine down here. There's also a few drawers and loads more room for baskets here, and we've actually got them now, so I'll show you those. And then on this side we've got boxes, cleaning products, but again there's loads more storage. There's even drawers up there and a really big one here. So really it just needs to be organized a little bit better. Today is the day we're actually going to sort it all out, and it will be beautifully organized. Okay, so first up, I thought it would be a good idea to get all of the baskets and containers and jars out and kind of all together for us to assess the situation. We've been accumulating products over the past few months. There has been a lot of measuring shelves, measuring heights of shelves and drawers, and then even getting jars in, seeing what we think, not liking them, sending them back. It's actually taken quite a bit to get everything as we want it, and I think it will look like a lot, but we are going to be storing a lot of food in this space, and we plan to only do this once, so I'm hoping this will last a very long time. I'll link as many products as I can in the description down below. These containers are from the Home Edit. I love their stuff, but I hate the stickers that they use. They leave a really horrible sticky residue once you take the labels off, so I got my blow dryer out. This is such a good hack to kind of like melt the sticker, and then they come off really easily, but it did take some time and I broke a nail doing it. But as I said, I'm only planning to do this once, so I've got all the labels off, and then we're going to wash all of the containers, let them dry, and then also like kind of hand dry them out, because obviously we're going to be putting like a lot of dry food into them. Matt was helping me. He helped me source so much of the stuff as well. I'm terrible when it comes to measuring and working things out, so he definitely helped me with that. And yeah, we're just going to line all of the jars up. You can see there's various different sizes for all the different products. Larger ones for things that we're going to use a lot, like plain flour. Smaller ones for things like icing sugar, etc, etc. So yeah, we're going to give it all a really good wash, and then I'll show you how it is. Excuse my voice when I filmed this as well. I had a terrible cold, but I'm feeling much better now. So Matt has just washed all of the jars, like the new ones, and they're just drying here. So we have a few glass jars from Amazon. We have some new storage bins from the Home Edit, and then we have some of our older storage that we're going to try and reuse. This used to be for water bottles, but we now have water bottle storage like in our kitchen. So I might try and use this for cans or something similar. We've got loads of these bins from the Home Edit. I really love them for like crisps or snacks. And then we've got some big baskets. So we've got 5 of these wicker baskets, and then some of these like wire baskets as well. I'll link as many things as I can in the description. I know there might be some questions, but these baskets are going to sit on these shelves. We have these really deep shelves and they're great, but we think we'll be able to use them even better if there are actually baskets in the spaces. So this is kind of everything. I know it looks like a lot, but now we're going to get everything out of the pantry and then try and work out what bin or jar or thing it's going to go in.
Searching for something that ain't lost. Have we got our lines crossed? We're wasting time on stuff that doesn't really matter, while wishing for something better. I try to fix things that weren't broken, misunderstandings and words unspoken. We fall apart, and I won't dare to say, do you feel the same way?
Okay, so now that everything is out of the room, we're going to wipe down the shelves, and we also bought some felt stickers to kind of protect them as well. We decided to go with quite a dark paint color on the bottom half of the units, and because of that, we were worried that the paint might chip, especially with the wired baskets, if we're constantly pulling them out and in. So we found this felt sticker thing on Amazon, and it's been brilliant. Matt's just kind of measuring, and then we're going to stick them into place, and it makes the baskets come out that bit easier, but it also kind of protects the shelves, and you can't even really see the felt. We put it in like kind of almost 1 inch in, if that makes sense. But now that all the felt is down, these baskets can go on top. And then the idea is that these wired ones go on this unit as well. I think it works really nicely. I like the way the tan works with all the wood and the wood floor. And then I also got this little kind of stair storage from, again, I think it was the Home Edit actually. I love this for jars, so I'll show you how I'm going to organize it. And then I'm just laying out and checking where I think all of the containers and jars will go, trying to group things together, because I was thinking about having a few different sections, like maybe one for baking, maybe one for pasta, etc, etc. Once I felt like I had a better idea of where everything was going to go, then it was time to start like stocking those areas and decanting the products as well. A few of these shelves still need felt on them, so I'm going to add that as well. And then just get organizing, putting all the dry ingredients into containers. I must say, I know this is very like Pinterest, a little bit extra, but it's something that I've always wanted. But because this pantry is kind of hidden, you could actually just put all of your products on the shelves in here like hidden, but I'm just going that bit extra, and I cannot wait to show you guys what it looks like at the end. So yeah, now I'm going to just put some pancake mix into this jar. This is my favorite simple pancake mix. Obviously, I know how to make pancakes, but if we're ever in a rush, this one is great. Gonna start putting all the dry ingredients like flour, sugar, pasta, etc.
It's got to get worse before it gets better, right?
At this point in the organization project, I was just regretting starting. I feel like that happens every time I try to organize a room or an area. I get to the point where I'm like, why did we even start this? Because it took longer than we thought it was going to take. It had already been like the whole day, and then it was the evening, and I was getting stressed at how messy the kitchen was. So we kind of put everything back into place. All the cans I put where they needed to be, and then we made a list of all of the labels that we wanted, and then I ordered them from the label lady. I'll link her down below. I went with ones that were called minimalistic, I think minimal labels. I'll link them, but she was absolutely brilliant, and I'm really pleased with how they've turned out. So this is actually a new day. Put the same top on so you guys would feel like it's the same day, but I actually waited for the labels, and then I put everything into the jars and labeled them as well. And when I was labeling them, you kind of have to wipe down the jar as you're doing it, because like bits of sugar and flour were getting caught under the label. So that's just a little tip, but I think they look great. I think they look kind of timeless. So yeah, I'm just going to go through adding all the labels and also putting any products into the jars that need to be as well.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
So my strategy for putting the labels on wasn't some amazing great strategy. I basically just eyeballed the first jar, put the label on how I thought looked good, and then I would base all of the other jars on that. So any other one that was the same size, I would put it right next to it, line it up, make sure the labels kind of were on the same level so that when they're next to each other on the shelf, that would look good. I couldn't be bothered to start measuring and stuff. I thought as long as it looks good to my eye, I'm pleased. I think they all look pretty straight. I'm quite pleased with how they turned out. Sorry, this looks a little bit fuzzy. It was quite difficult to film in this room just because it can be a bit dark in here. So yeah, I'm just going to put the jars in place, line everything up, and then I think I did have like a bit of a shift around as well. So you can see this one's got sugars, oats, walnuts, and then there's some baking ones, and then this one like in these containers, I've got things like lentils, rice, spaghetti, pasta, etc. But once everything is in, I'm now going to give you a bit of a tour. So I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so now let me give you a full tour of the room because it's all done. I must apologize as well. The day that we're filming this, it is such a dark, gloomy day. So sorry about the lighting. And as you walk in, you'll notice there is like an automatic light, which is really handy. But I think it makes the video look a little bit yellow. So I'm really sorry. But hopefully you guys can see it all very well. So yeah, obviously it's behind this hidden door, which looks like a cupboard door. And then as you walk in, you basically have two side areas. This one over here, we had quite a bit of power put onto. So we've got 3 outlets. So we've got 6 in total, if that makes sense. And then we've got our air fryer, we have our slow cooker, and we have my KitchenAid. Matt actually got me this last year for Christmas. We didn't actually have a kitchen at the time, so it's really nice to finally have it out, be able to use it. We do also have a pressure cooker as well, and other gadgets that we can like get out and use in here. This is ideal for things like the air fryer because it's really quite noisy, so we can put stuff on, close the door, and it's not as noisy. And we've also got like a bit of a surface. And then above that is where all the organizational heaven is. So all of the jars with labels are in these little sections, all open as well. I think it looks so lovely. So we've got all the ones that you probably saw already in the organizational bit. We've got our couscous, semolina, pasta, rice, lentils. This section is pretty much for baking. It's all sugar, flour, icing sugar, stuff like that. And then over here as well, it's quite a lot of baking, breakfasty things with like oats and everything. Up here, we've got a load of tea. We drink a lot of teas. We've got some in the kitchen, but we've got more here. Hot chocolate as well. And then more baking stuff like sugar, bicarb, baking powder. Never gonna need to buy this again. There's so much of it. And yeah, and just basically like all of our dry store bits are kind of up here. This cupboard in here has been taken over by dog stuff. I don't think that was the plan, but it really works. So we've got her little dog chews, we've got all of her dog leads, we've got her water bottle, we've got a whole thing of like poo bags. These laundry pods, they kind of are for the dog because in here we have our AEG washing machine. When we were planning this room, we just realized we had a ton of space in here. And as you may know, our utility room is upstairs, which is very handy, but there's still things down here like the dog towels, her clothes, cloths, tea towels, things like that do need to be washed. So from time to time it's really nice that we can just put a wash on in here. I also wash the kids' shoes in this one as well. So we've got laundry pods there ready for that and access there. We've got loads of dog treats, we've got towels, and then all of our little jackets up there. So it's all nice and organized for Kiki. That's kind of her cupboard. And then, sorry, Matt is here as well.
Hi.
He's got his mic on.
Just saw them.
What's that? Oh, well, look, they're open. I put these in last night. I was thinking they're not going to last for me to film this tour this morning. We thought these jars were a little bit more fancy than the ones that I just showed you. So we thought it would be nice to like have a space for them. And there's no power on this side. So we thought it might be nice to like put something out like this. So we've got some pastas. I put treats in here for now because it's actually Christmas, but I think this would be really good as like a bit of a cookie jar. It's quite hard for the kids to open, so they don't really need to ask for help, which is quite good. And then in these cupboards, I'm just obsessed with how these look. We got, I mean, I probably said this in the organizational bit, but the little stair storage is from Home Edit, and then we've put all of our cans, a few jars, things like that. And it's been so easy to just come in and like grab what you need, see exactly what you have as well. And then we've got some more open shelving here with even more beans, some paper towel, command hooks, which I actually use quite often. So yeah, that is kind of like that area. In the very high cupboards, I have some meal prep jars. I can't actually reach it, but we do have a set of stairs in here, which this was measured to perfectly fit them, wasn't it?
We bought the stairs.
Yes.
We got the kitchen makers to paint it the same colour as the kitchen.
Yeah, so the stairs, they're just from IKEA,
Yeah.
aren't they?
No, they're like some garden shop or something, garden trading, I think.
Oh, I thought they looked like the IKEA
No, then we
ones.
just got them to paint them the same colour as that. And then they made that insertion in that cupboard, the right width to slot in there. And then we thought we could put a load of shoes and stuff on the other side because it's at the back door.
So we've got our like dog walking shoes. Sometimes there's more than that in there. And the stairs, which I do actually get out quite often because I literally can't reach that much, especially the very high ones. On the other side, they're completely empty. We just have a ton of storage. But over here, you can see I've got like a cake stand, and then there was some like meal preps, you know, like my glass storage and stuff like that as well. And then in here, it's kind of just extra at the moment. I'm sure over time we'll manage to fill this room, but at the moment I've got extra water bottles, which are great for like summer camps and stuff. Don't necessarily need to be in the kitchen. I've got some extra like containers for if we need more stuff. And then I've got some squash. I've got this gingerbread house that we're going to do next week. So I've just kind of chucked some random stuff in there for now, but super handy. Our little like food processor thing is in there, and then all the heads for that are in one of the drawers. Got a tablecloth, hand mixer, stuff like that in that drawer. In this drawer, I've got pretty much most of our stock, like vegetable stock, chicken stock, some vitamins. It's a bit random at the moment. So on this side, we have 3 drawers as well. They're pretty empty at the moment, but I'm sure we will manage to fill them up. In this one, we've got like some protein bars, extra labels, and then all the bits for the KitchenAid, stuff like that. And then below the drawers, we found baskets that would fit into these shelves pretty perfectly. So in these top baskets, at the moment, I've put like crisps. In this one, we've got popcorn as well that the kids can just grab. And then we've got these big baskets down below with even more storage. I was thinking about putting potatoes and things like that. I know they don't need to be in the fridge. We normally have them in the fridge, but I was thinking you could keep stuff like that in here. At the moment, I've got some extra storage baskets for now. And over here, I've got we have like a juice delivery service. So that the bottles for that are there, which is really handy because we never really had a place for it. But yeah, I think this will be kind of like a bit of a snack area. In terms of paint colors, because I know someone's going to ask me, we decided to go with 2 different colors. We went light up the top and then quite dark at the bottom. So all the paint was from a place called Little Green Painting Company. This paint was called Lamp Black. It's supposed to be a black, but it actually looks like a really dark blue, but I love it. And then we painted inside the shelves the same color as well, whereas up the top we had walnut put inside the shelves, but Matt was worried that the walnut would look weird against the wooden floor, so we only did it up the top. And then this is the same color as our kitchen. It's Portland stone in color, but we really like the contrast, like the 2-tone. This might have been a bit too dark across the whole room. I think eventually I'd like to get like a nice little command center on this wall, but I haven't actually done that yet. It's horrible out there today, but as you can see, the dog can go out there if she wants to. There's a little fence stopping her from the driveway as well. Her little bath is there, and it's just so handy to come this way after walks. We do have a runner coming for this room as well. I'll show you guys in a day in the life as soon as it arrives, but looking forward to that because it's a ruggable one, so we'll be able to use it for our feet, stick it into the wash if we ever need to as well. But yeah, that is pretty much it, don't you think, Dar? Right, so that is it for this room. I hope you guys really liked it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.